Hello, this is going to be today's recorded, and today's recording is called "The Starryscapic Spangled and Wriggled Purple Zhuangazi Butterfly Robed in Cladistic Line Moons." These Cladistic mind moons go godsmack with their amplified skirts, the nanometer, the taxonomies of these beautiful werewolf faced cab drivers riding with their shoehorns through the Coquihalla highway, between these Micronesian hallways that are twisting through the outhouses and these lumber loggerheads rush down into the venomous purple seas of Fraser Lake one twilight evening in the year 5003, and all these gorgeous gangrenitic robotics of of Ursula Le Guin as the hoary bloodlines and bloodmobiles, putrescence, their herodials, robe in the sun and underwear of the most melodious, moth-eaten, bittersweet Pythagorean camels that ride the pyramids, that somehow occultize these mythopoetic and gigantic razory bearded green Play-Doh sculptures sculpted out of avocado as these gigantic silverbacks are wriggling through the old corduroys of dawn, and these synthetic rhinoceros tails that be typically Coca-Cola engine, the pyromaniac Petra in Judea, where this onyx of all these baptismal starscapes, and Vincent van Gogh marries Hypatia at the altar of the greased-out quart pine bottle buttocks of the Ouroboros business people. And the sweetwood briar, which athabascas, the disquietudinous deflowering of the mind swapping between the philosophical zombie and and the moonstones, that insecticide, this gratin of all processional septillions of bumblebees, swimming through all the russified Kandinskys, and this rhubarb Boris painting that encases the earth inside of a gigantic trapezium, where a lobster-spitting Zhuangazi butterfly is born in a microwave, howling at the crispy maple leaves tumbling before the Eggman trees. Not the Eggman to be geneticidal in some ever Platonic world, and somehow this hermeticism of the mathematics before the hypnotical foxgloves and vixens who comb the 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 redwood trees, standing before the space elevators up to the absolute infinite floor. And all these mind-tasted, juiced-out black licorice and bullicus camels cyclopically stampeding before the mercilessism of these anarcho-feudalistic, bivouac, emacianistic embraces, as we orgasmically jiggly and Kermode bear this intrepidation of the zephyristic Tamerlane and the birdhouse, the size of the sun, inside of a skyscraper, inside of my front adjacent closet. Now let's see. Let's do one more. This is going to be a briefer one. It's called April knows only April knows only Aristophanes. Xenophons, Xenocrates, and Xanthippe are pushing a gigantic purple camel face Smokey the Bear through the carbonated wind-headed Godzilla in gas station underwear, and this gigantic hoof-like mane of the putrefying liquidations of these bankers of all modal realist dreams who husk open the gigantic leotards that slice the moon into juicy green lines and slice the sun into hyaluronic purple beauty berry salami and mango cheese, and all these non-evolution Nunavutian, Brazilian sardines, um, Canucks of womankind's space elevator hockey in an impossible quantum swampland, and all the mastodons dressed out in greased-out watershed red walls as this gigantic purveyor of these lumbery rocket ships into the night sky of all the Technicolor flamethrower starryscapes that gleam Chinese mustard between these aureoles of moonscapic obelisks that twist their breast before a green exploding Batwoman who over multiplicans this prosaicism between the geosophical Nietzsche and these birdhouses that are transfiguring the peninsulas, curving the Athabasca down to Yukon's fork and down and east to Port McMurray, and where Haida Gwaii is but a beautiful Cronus Friesic past memory with Starryscapic, my lover of the past. And all these beautiful serpentine broilers who broil up the Manzanita Godzilla face stars, Casserole Silkage, and a wounded out Gladiola that carnivorously tourniquets the purple leathery beard of womankind's blue poetesses, dressed out in the pulverization of these absolutely robotic and neuromancies, where all the photorealist skyscrapers are leaking blue camels for a mercurial wildflower, as it's sculpted of avocado and hot sauce of the moon. On this gigantic lunar lacrosse player as a sleepwalker before the mastodon's monsoon, before this September rain, where all these monomolepoid brain children are twisting so bad before the Zestrugas. So all these wildflowers are slicing up the moon in a venomous sea of bubblegum pop fruits, and this gigantic jackfruit dances with the androgynous kiwi for Andromeda and I. Cycle play Monopoly with Celia Green as we play Monopoly at the most difficult Amnesian level before standing in a courtyard of an infinite Scrabble Gothic. Kakistocracy. Thank you so much.